My mind is at peace. The window is open. And it's sunlight. Morning sunlight. Just flashing on my skin. Although my eyes are closed, but I can see the reflection inside my eyes. It's red because it's shiny, more like reflection. And you know what that means? Consciousness. There's something within every one of us that sits and listens to the genuine in us. And that thing could be a critic, could be something else. I don't know what it is. But it's a genuineness in us that speaks to us silently. And if we don't listen to that voice, if we don't listen and keep our ears wide open and calm and attentive, listening to that voice, there is a probability, there is a tendency, there is a possibility that we may live our lives and the rest of our days at the end of strings that someone else has pulled. Have you ever asked yourself, why do you do the things you do? Have you ever asked yourself, why do you talk the way you talk? Have you ever asked yourself, why do you think the way you think? Why are you so different? Why you? Why? It's something within every one of us. It looks like a dark image of us. And it is called our shadow. Oh, your shadow. There is some part of our life that nobody must know. Not even our spouse. Not even ourselves. That part in us that is dangerous. That part in us that is chaotic. That part in us that can bring the world 6 feet. That part in us that can change history. That part in us that is Nazi. That part in us that is limiting us from going for our dreams and aspirations. It's so ambitious in its own sense that it doesn't mind what morals is. It doesn't mind what ethics is. All it cares is attaining and achieving. It could be conflict of interest. There's something within every one of us that sit and listen to us. It watches us how we move. It watches us how we speak. It picks up the patterns. It reads the environment. It's so selfish, self-centered, the tendency. Well, can you do without it? I don't think so. I don't think so. But one thing I know for sure, it can consume you. It can consume you. The need to be right. The need to be perfect. The need to be on point. The need to be included. The need to be considered. And not just the need. The vengeance locked within. Midnight hour is close at hand. And terror is knocking on the door. Maybe in the mind, lost in the keys. within the bunch of keys. And maybe you're looking, but some give up. Well, I will break the door. I'll break the door. You think it's that easy? No one ever broke the door and got a life. And yet, the man in the dark watching you, why you keep trying to break the door? Is it yours? Does it have to be negotiated? Is it negotiable? Maybe and maybe not. However, you're in between. You are in between. Lost and confused. You don't know what to do. So you take that step. Wrong step. You make that one move that can never be taken back. That one move that's going to cost you the rest of your life. Because you don't know what's behind the door. You never broke into the door. You need the keys. And it's locked between other keys in the bunch. You have to be strategic. You have to learn how to find the keys. You have to know what is behind the door. What's behind the door? Maybe the real you. Because for a tree to get to heaven, the root has to get down to hell. And down the root goes. Who knows if you have to stop for it? Who knows if it's gonna go 6 feet or 10 feet below the ground? Nobody knows. Well, the devil's in the details. You still have to explore it. Do you have the keys? Maybe you don't. You don't have the key. What you do have is the resentment. And maybe the resolution that if you can find the key, you can look what is behind the door. And maybe what's behind the door is not that bad. Maybe it's bad enough, but can take away your soul, can take away your dignity, can take away your ethics and your faith and your beliefs. Still a gamble. Still, it's knocking on the door. It never stops. You have one reason, one purpose: to uncover the covered and to absorb whatever challenges is going to come with it. If you fail, too bad. If you win, well, good news for you. You will become a whole different machine. Strong, conscious, and well ascertaining and well thoughtful being. Totally capable of mass destruction, but choose to keep it at bay because you've mastered your shadow. You've mastered that thing in you that could bring the world to its knees. You've mastered that thing in you. I could turn the country into ashes. You've discovered that thing in you. It can make everyone's life miserable around you. And yet, you keep it at bay. You keep it tamed. You keep it controlled. Like an hydrogen bomb. You keep it locked. You have the combination, but you choose not to use it for terror. You choose not to use it for mass destruction. Maybe that's where nobility is locked. It's locked in those who have the capacity to cause the mayhem, but chose to keep it at bay. Maybe that's where the true generosity the true morals and the true integrity, the true patriotism is aligned with those who have the capacity to undo the do's but still do the do's and ignore the undo's. Are you that person? Have you found your keys? Did you search through the bunch? Did you get a key? Did you open the door? Did you see the man in black sitting behind? The man with no physical texture, but has a whole lot of impact in your personality, in your life, your attitude, your thoughts and your thinking. Your shadow. Yes, your shadow. You don't know. You don't even know there's a door. So you open up random doors. And all you get taken by is some unwanted person. Just on a Friday. Aha, a day to rest. Then your employer walks to you and says your job is down. In total dismay and disappointment, you get on your way, driving, and your tires get punctured. Stuck, no help, trying to fix it yourself. Someone snatched your bag, and that's it. You are at the front of the door. The door opens and it's foggy inside. It's gloomy and you didn't even open it. You didn't open the door. You just somehow made it open and maybe someone else opened it for you. And you heard the cheers. Whose cheers is that? You never asked. You walked into that door. You met a man in black. He welcomed you, although you're not ready. You go home, and your kids offend you at the exact wrong spot, at the exact wrong time, after being fired, robbed. And you go to the deep end of life. The deep end that makes the most significant days in your life, when your story will be rewritten. And you did something that you and the light wouldn't do. But the man in black, who you never discovered, made you do it. Because you opened the door, not with your keys. Someone else did. Terror gets you. It gets you in the throat with a strong grip. There's no way out for you. You're doomed. You've crossed the line. It's time to take the spade. It's time to dig. You're going down. Of course, you cross the line. Because you never discovered your shadow.